you like nature? Do you feel that your children need more play? Is that something that you can incorporate into your homeschool and into a curriculum? Well, Blossom and Root is a curriculum that has done just that. But is it right for your family? If you answered yes to those first two questions and you're looking for something that is involved in that curriculum, then this might be the right one for you. Hi, and welcome to Learning Life. And thank you so much for joining me today as I do something that I love to do, curriculum review. Because I love to know what is out there. And, sometimes I go down rabbit trails, like looking for different ones. And this was one that I came across. But before we launch into Blossom and Root, have you checked out any of my other curricular reviews? If you have, and this is how you've ended up here today, I just say, hey, thank you so much. But to everyone who is watching, thank you so much for your likes, your subscribes, comments, and being part of this learning life. Now, Blossom and Root is a Charlotte Mason and Waldorf-inspired homeschool curriculum. This is exciting. As I was looking in different things and this one came up, I'm like, wow, look at this emphasis on literature, nature study, STEM, and the arts. I really like that it's a comprehensive approach to education that cultivates two things that I absolutely love, a love of learning and critical thinking. According to Blossom and Root, the world is your classroom. And they certainly do have you outside exploring nature. They now offer preschool, kindergarten, 1st through 6th grade, US history, and book seeds, which are STEM-centered, nature-based mini-unit studies. Very cool. Now, if you're unsure about Charlotte Mason and Waldorf philosophies of education, maybe I've sort of heard these names. I don't really know. Wow. I have some videos on those that look at their approach to education and how they are set apart. Those links are down below. Especially in language arts, they are different to the norm today. But understanding how Charlotte Mason and Waldorf approach education is important to understanding how Blossom and Root are approaching their curriculum. Key features of Blossom and Root. I found that Blossom and Root is affordable and adaptable, and actually really it's quite low prep. So they've designed it to be affordable, and I appreciate that. As a homeschooling parent, I appreciate it. And really you can do the entire school year with minimal supplies. And the books, yes, you can purchase them new, but a lot of them you can get secondhand or just borrowed through your library. And it is designed to be adaptable and it's flexible. And I like that. It's supporting how your family wants to do it. What are your rhythms in homeschooling and what are your children's needs? And when it's talking about being low prep, you're really looking maybe 30 minutes, 45, maybe up to an hour a week to prepare what you need. It is centered on curiosity and creativity. And I love that because it's encouraging critical thinking. And it encourages analysis through narration and discussion, which are both big things of Charlotte Mason. It is designed for the whole child, and it provides all these weekly prompts for different things. We've got nature study, we've got math-inspired picture studies, we've got art projects, we've got geography here and hands-on science, and all of these different things. You really have to look at the different grades to see where those different foci are. But, there are options for the multiple learning styles. That speaks to my heart. We've got gentle reading lessons. We've got copy work and narration if you want that. There is so much in there. Now, it is hands-on, which is great. It's going to explore different topics, immerse in great literature. You are going to discover beautiful things. And you're going to begin developing in those different stages. We're going to build on solid foundations that are going to serve you in the future. It is also secular in the fact that it is not going to follow a biblical or a religious text in it. It's not faith-based in any way. It incorporates activities for all the learning styles. That speaks to my heart. Other things to note. While it is designed to be open and go, it might not be as scripted as some families would like, and this might mean a little bit of extra prep time. I personally am fine with it not being fully scripted. Maybe that's because of my teaching background or just like how I like to operate. I always like to make things my own. But for some families, they do want like a full script. So be aware of that. It does not align with Common Core. Zero problems with that. But it also does not align with what your children would be learning in grade level at school. And I know that sounds like it's a big thing, but just remember, each county and each state, each country is going to be quite different anyhow on what you're going to learn like at different grade levels. I would encourage you to download the scope and sequence of each level to see what your child will be learning and mastering. As a former teacher, I love a good scope and sequence, and these are well set out. It's extremely helpful like in looking and going, oh, by the end of the year, we will have mastered this. That is such a great thing in a curriculum. Now, the bundles for grades 1 and up, so we've got our bundles, it's not going to have math, so be very aware of that. You would need your own math curriculum. It doesn't have spelling or handwriting, like cursive, or history. There would be things that you want to add if that is important to you in making sure that you feel that your curriculum is full-rounded with those things. Now, if you feel that your child needs more support with writing, spelling, grammar, all of those things, you can always supplement. But remember, this is following Charlotte Mason way of really drawing from the great literature that you are reading. Everything is available as digital downloads. There are no printed or physical copies available. Book seeds, those STEM-centered, little unit studies, they can be used as standalone curriculum in the younger ones. You could combine it in your early elementary with math and phonics and make that full, or you could just use it as a fun add-on to your existing curriculum. Cost of Blossom and Root. Now, the cost of this curriculum is not prohibitive. But remember that the curriculum is only available as a digital download. So you will need to cover the printing costs. They have a recommendation. And so as you look at the number of pages, you have to take that into account. Now, you can buy the individual subjects and the full bundles depending on the grade. So our lower grades are about $120 up to about $162 for our upper grades. It is worth going to Blossom and Root and checking out the prices on the different subjects and on the levels. Now, 6th grade is based on novel studies, and those novel studies are $10 each. And those book seeds, they're either $4 or $6, and they do actually have bundles available. While this is the cost for the curriculum, remember, you might have other supplements that you might need to add, and you will need to have a math curriculum. Now, they are having a 30% off sale until the end of the year, so December 31st, 2024. If this curriculum is speaking to you, why not make the most of 30% off? My thoughts on Blossom and Root. I like that this is a curriculum that thinks outside the classroom. Love that. With it being hands-on and interactive, you're going to get out and explore nature and learn in a variety of ways. I think that it would work really well for families who like the Charlotte Mason philosophy and also who prefer a more relaxed approach to education. I know for some people want to make sure that everything is all covered in this one thing. Some want it more relaxed. If you want it more relaxed, this is for you. Honestly, for me, this curriculum aligns more with how I like to teach and how I'm leading my girls through their education. I really appreciate the Charlotte Mason and Walter philosophies, and I've actually incorporated aspects of those myself in how we are learning at home. If you like them as well, then this really could appeal to you. But if you like more structure, with language arts, we want our spelling, grammar, etc., really, or structure with any subject, this could potentially frustrate you. The literature aims at being diverse, and this is good. They have made changes over the years, and I have seen that and looking at the way that different people have spoken about it and the books that they've used before and now. Having a variety of styles of literature, this is wonderful. We're going to get that discussion. We are going to get that critical thinking. Now, as I said before, Blossom and Root is a secular curriculum. It doesn't mention faith, but it does introduce figures of different faith backgrounds and points of view. And I know that this is important to some families, even faith families who like to understand some of these different backgrounds. But if you are looking for a purely faith-based curriculum, this will not be one for you. It really is definitely worth looking at the samples and at the scope and sequence. Print them out and have a look. The samples are wonderful, gives you a good idea of where you're going to go in. And this will see if this is going to be a curriculum that works for you. Blossom and Root is that a little bit different. And I like that. It is willing to go, hey, what is important to us? It is play, it is nature, it is Charlotte Mason. We are more relaxed in this. And in that, they are providing a wonderful curriculum in that. I love that it fits the different learning styles. It could work well for children who have ADHD or other neurodiverse issues because of the way that it pulls in different things. Well, thank you so much for watching today and being part of this Learning Life. Don't forget that you can go to my website, which is LearningThis.Life, and check out some of the other curriculum reviews that I have there, as well as some other fun things. I have pocket packs, which are my own little units of work based on a theme or on a book. And, you can help me get these videos out. You can do that by becoming a champion. So you can check that out at patreon.com or again at my website, LearningThis.Life.